Hey, what's up, guys? This is Stanley with Built for Battle Real Estate. Listen, I have some great news for you. Boy, do I have some great news. I'm not going to withhold your time. I'm going to get right down to it. All right, there's a new program called Bridging the Gap. Okay, this Bridging the Gap program changes a lot for so many people. Okay, what happened to make this program even come? Well, just a very short history. Owning real estate used to be illegal for African Americans. Okay. Also, being a real estate professional like myself was also illegal for African Americans. It was literally illegal for African Americans to own real estate or to be a real estate professional, so to sell real estate. All right. And real estate is the quickest way to gain wealth in the United States. Okay. It's the quickest and it's the most efficient. So by law, African Americans were not allowed to practice real estate or to own real estate. All right, that created a very ginormous wealth gap. Okay, right now that gap is still at about a 32% difference. Okay, now the first African American real estate professional, his name is Ben Slayton. Ben Slayton is still alive and well to this day. I know him very well. I work with him. He's a very great guy. He created a program that lends money to African Americans, really to all people, but it's really specifically designed to help close that gap, to deal with some of the illegalities that have become a pattern throughout history. And we all know that real estate still has a lot of racial issues that it needs to deal with. However, things are changing, and things are getting a lot better. And there's a program now that Ben Slayton himself went to the federal government and worked out a deal. You guys have probably seen this Bank of America kind of thing that they're doing now, that everybody's like, I don't know if I really trust it. So this is kind of a something very, very similar to that. However, this was, as I understand, started and worked on before that, and they dropped theirs before this was to drop. All right, so I want to educate you on what is now coming to the playing field for you. Now that I give you some history, let's give you the details excuse me, on what the program is and how the program works. This Bridging the Gap program, what it is. Now, African American people who desire to be homeowners can now borrow money and have the greatest situation they've ever had, that will allow them to purchase a home and try to close that gap to actually make it equal and even for everybody. All right. As we know that now the laws don't allow for racist practices and things like that. It still happens a whole lot. And as a real estate professional, I see it a lot with appraisals, where, for example, we know that as real estate professionals, that if you're selling a home and you're African American, you have to remove all of your family photos and things like that. Anything that would show that you're not Caucasian in the appraisal world, you have to remove those things because it lowers your appraisal. All right, it's not supposed to be that way, but unfortunately it is. We've even dealt with a situation where we had a seller selling their home, and they had their home appraised, but they had to come back to the home while the appraisal was happening. The appraisal saw them. The appraisal came in kind of lower than expected, so we sent in a basically a request to have it redone, and it was redone in just a few weeks. And in just those few weeks, the appraisal came back $40,000 higher. All right, nothing changed in 2 weeks. Nothing but the fact that the appraiser did not see the African American homeowners. All right, and this happens all over. It's not that, this is nothing special or specific to us. It happens everywhere. We're very aware of it, and we're just glad that someone is stepping up to try to make some changes and make things a little bit better for us. So this program, let's start off with what types of homes qualify. All right, so what types of homes qualify for this program? Well, you have two different types of homes that qualify. You have single family residences, like your regular standalone home, all right? And you have condos as well, okay? So if you're looking for a condominium, or a single family residence that you plan to reside in, those two types of homes will qualify for this program. All right. This is available for first time home buyers and what you call the first time repeat home buyers. What is it? How can you be a first time and a repeat? Well, the way the rules actually work, after 3 years, you are now considered you can be basically considered a first time homeowner again. So if it's been over 3 years since you've owned a home, that kind of recycles, it starts over. And so even if it's not your first time, but it's been at least 3 years, then you get a fresh new start and you still considered a first time homeowner. So you still will be able to purchase a home using this program. Now, the big thing about this, typically for a down payment, you're going to see anywhere, they request about, sometimes 3%, 3 to 3.5. That's a lot of money, all right? But now, through this program, you're able to put down 1%. 1%. That is a game changer. Say your house is $300,000. All right, so you're purchasing a $300,000 house. That means for $3,000, you're able to buy a home. Okay, here's the kicker. The kicker is the money can be a gift. Okay, it doesn't even have to be your money. Someone can gift you this money and it will be a gift just to you. Isn't that amazing? That is absolutely amazing. All right. Of course, the gift has to be traceable and seasoned. Has to come from what seasoned means. It either has to have been sitting in an account for a while where they can, tell that it wasn't just dropped in there by a drug dealer or something. They want to make sure that the money is coming from a legitimate place, or it can be gifted from, from a close family member, someone where they can trace the money, again, to make sure that it's not coming from something illegal. They want to make sure that you are a safe borrower, or they'll get their money back. Okay, that is great. Okay, if you have ever been in the home purchasing arena, you know there's a lot of red tape that you have to kind of fit around, and all these different things. This works, but this doesn't work. You're included here, but you're excluded there. It makes it so difficult. But now they're removing a lot of that red tape for us. Okay. Also, what you have to know, there are things that you typically have to pay for when you are purchasing a home. Like, for example, your appraisal. Home warranty has to be paid for if you're going to get a home warranty. Also, there are different fees and everything like that typically have to be paid for by the homeowner. All these fees start to add up, and it makes it difficult sometimes for people to continue through all the way out through closing on purchasing a home. All right. So now here's where the kicker is. All right. So with this program, your appraisal is covered at 100%. Okay. Your title insurance for your house. Title insurance is very important. Many times in the African American communities, they are talked out of purchasing title insurance. Why is title insurance so important? Well, because people do lots of illegal things with real estate, all right, just to be honest. And title insurance guarantees that if the home is not truly owned by the person that you thought owned the home, and something happens, you will be covered. You may not still be able to keep the house depending on what legal stuff happened, but the amount of money that you pay for your house will still be secure. And you will then be allowed to purchase a new home still within inside that same price range. Title insurance is very important. Many people have lost their homes because there was a title issue that was not found during the title search, and soon after that home closed, they lost it and there was nothing they could do. So your title insurance keeps you being able to have your home, and it's being paid for you for free, covered at 100%. Okay, well, I'm sorry, $1,000 credit, which typically is going to cover it at 100%. It's going to depend on where you are and things like that. Okay, you also get a 1-year home warranty that will cover everything inside the 4 walls of your house. Water heater goes out, AC unit goes out, roof caves in. All these different things that can happen, plumbing, electrical, all these different things. You get a 1-year home warranty to cover everything, so that you're not one situation of being back on the street or being back a renter or wherever you came from. You're able to manage any big ticket item happening in your home. Many times there's maybe $100 fee that you have to pay, but that's going to cover things that may even be up to $10,000, $20,000. You know, I would gladly pay $100 to get a new AC unit if for some reason something goes wrong with it. You know, so that is great. Also, what's required through this program is that you get pre and post homeownership counseling. Okay, you need to know what you're getting yourself into, and then that first year after you've purchased your home, there's still some education that you need to have, because there are so many things that have been kept or hidden, or so many things that you just may not know about, things that may have changed that you need to be aware of when maintaining your home, and how to utilize your home to build wealth and things like that for you. So you get educated before purchasing your home. That's a requirement. And then after your home is purchased, for that first year, there's 3 or 4 checkpoints where they check in and they educate you along the way, making sure that you are doing things correctly and answering any questions that you may have. You learn things about your homestead exemption that's going to lower your mortgage starting that next year. These things are very, very important. All right. Now, I bet you're trying to figure out, okay, how do I figure out if I qualify for this? All right. You give me all this information. Do I qualify? Do I not? All right. This is for several major cities. I'm in the Atlanta area, so I'm going to cover some specifics for the Atlanta area. If you need additional information for the other major cities like Chicago, just let me know, and I'll get you that information, all right? But these are the zip codes, first of all, that you must live in, okay? Now, you don't have to live in these zip codes. You don't have to be purchasing a home in these zip codes. You just have to live in this zip code right now, and you can purchase a home anywhere in the state of Georgia, okay? So this is where you must live in order to be qualified for the program, but not about where you're purchasing your home. You can purchase your home anywhere. All right, you got it? All right, so for Georgia, all right, the Atlanta zip codes, all right, that's going to include several. All right, so they're all going to start with 303. So let me go ahead and tell you that. If you live anywhere where your first 3 digits of your area code, your zip code are 303, you're probably going to qualify. All right, so 30303, 30306, 08, 09, 303, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. Those all qualify, but there's more. 303, 24, 26, 27, 32, 34, 44, 54, and 63. All right, so you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 18, 22 different zip codes in the 303 area for Atlanta. If you live in any of those zip codes, you can qualify for this program. All right. All you have to do is be able to show that you live in the zip code to start the program. It doesn't matter where you purchase your home. Okay. Doesn't matter how long you have lived there. You could have just moved into one of these zip codes yesterday. You moved in the zip code yesterday, you're qualified for the program. All right. So if you need to move into the zip code to get the program, then move into the zip code to get the program. All right. It's that simple. All right. Now, you also have to be African American, all right? Because the law was initially put in place to keep African Americans from home ownership, all right? So this program is now designed to close that gap. So one of the qualifications is that you do have to be African American. Now, what does that mean, right? African Americans are filled with so many different ethnicities, right? Well, they say that if you have 1% of African American in you, technically you count as African American, right? So you don't have to be 100% African American. Nobody really knows what that is, right? However, if you have African American in you, you qualify for this program. Do you have to go get a 23andMe? No, you don't. You just check African American on the box, and you're African American. All right. Of course, that's not true. However, you're not going to be required to get a DNA test. Not a DNA test. You're not going to be required to get, I can't remember what it's called, but you're not going to be required to get one of those tests to see if, you know, where you come from and all that kind of thing like that, to kind of trace everything. But you will have to be able to check the box to say that there's some African American in me somewhere. All right. Isn't that great? Think about it. All right. Now, only thing else that's really good for you is that you have to be pre-qualified by a loan officer, and they're going to address everything. They're going to check your address, and they're going to validate that you live in one of those 303 something Atlanta zip codes. And also, you have to be pre-approved by one of the underwriters. Now, this program is through Legacy Home Loans. Legacy Home Loans is the loan originating company that was started by Ben Slayton himself. Okay. Now, so the pre-approval and the underwriting, the pre-qualification and the pre-approval, which houses the underwriting, has to be done through Ben Slayton's actual company, Legacy Home Loans. Okay. Now, what is the difference between a pre-qualification and a pre-approval? They are the same thing, right? No, they're not. Pre-qualification is when someone just says, okay, tell me about yourself. Oh, I make $300,000 a year. I've been at my job for 5 years and blah, 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 blah. I have good credit. Oh, sounds like you were qualified. Okay, cool. You're pre-qualified based off of the information that you've given. All right. But that doesn't mean we've checked and see whether you're telling the truth or not. So then pre-approval is when they've actually gone through and verified that you have worked at this place for this amount of time, that you do make this amount of money, that your credit is good, that you have not had a recent bankruptcy within the last 12 months, okay? Different things like that. So pre-qualified is based off of what you said. If I can trust you, then this information is going to be golden and you're on the way to pre-approval. Pre-approval is after they verified it, and with the pre-approval, you can go shopping for your house, all right? And when you get to that point, you call your brother. Actually, you're going to call me beforehand so I can hook you up with this program. Then, once it gets done, they're going to automatically say, hey, he's ready to go, she's ready to go, they're ready to go, and boom, we're out shopping, right? And before you know it, you'll be getting the keys to your brand new home, all right? Now, do you have any questions about this? This is a lot of information, but it is absolutely amazing, all right? So, reach out to me. I am Stanley Battle. You can Google me. You can, I'm on all social media, LinkedIn, I'm on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, you name it, I am there. Built for Battle Real Estate. My name is Stanley Battle. I am powered by the Real Estate Network of the Future, EXP, and I would love to take care of you and your family and walk you into your new season, all right? Listen. Send this video to any and everybody that you know that is looking to purchase a home. People that thought that they could never purchase a home. Listen, times have changed and they're continuously changing. They're changing in your favor. All right? Don't miss this opportunity. Many people have been renting for 5, 10, 20, 30 years. I just sold a house to a couple that had been renting for 32 years. All right? Guess what? They're homeowners now. And that was before this program even came out. Just imagine how much good things are there for you now that you might have just not known about, right? So listen, give your boy a call. I would love to take care of you. I have a great team behind me. I'm not a one-man show. I have a great team behind me with everything that you need already ready to go. And before you know it, you'll be walking into your new home. My number is 404-277-0008. Remember, think Built for Battle for all things real estate. 404-277-0008. Think Built for Battle for all things real estate. In the comments below, I'm going to put my calendar in there so you can sign up for a free one-to-one consultation so that you can choose whatever time works best for you. And you can get on the phone with me and my team, and we'll get you through the process. Even if you're not ready for some reason right now, we will get you ready to purchase a home. Oh, last thing, this one's free of charge. You do have to have a 620 credit score for this. However, what makes it even better, you have a 620 when it comes to the percentage rate that you will get. The percentage rate that you will get with the 620 will be the equivalent of you having a 680. Do you hear me? That means you save even more money. So if you have a 620, you get the credit for having a 680 and your percentage rate drops, which means that you pay less for your house. Most people do not know it is not the amount of the house that tells how much you pay for the house. It's your percentage rate that tells how much you pay for the house. When housing prices are high, percentage rates are low, okay? What that means is that even though the cost of the house is higher, you actually pay a lot less money when the housing prices are high but the percentage rates are low than you do if the housing prices are low and the percentage rates are high. Yeah, do the math. You pay a lot less money with the higher home cost but a lower percentage rate. All right. So for this, you have a 620, you get the credit for a 680, which drops your percentage rate, which drops the amount of money that you pay over time. You can pay this house off a lot sooner. You can get a 15-year mortgage with this. You can get a 30-year mortgage with this. Just depends on if you want to knock it out quicker or have the lower payments and do it over 30 years. It's all up to you. All right. Legacy Home Loans has put the power back in your hands. They have put it back in the Black communities where it was initially intentionally taken away from. Okay, and that's the big thing about this. This is not something that is designed to exclude anybody. However, it is designed to include who has been excluded. And this is not some secret woke kind of thing. It was literally illegal in the United States for just African Americans not to be able to purchase homes, and for African Americans not to be real estate professionals. Okay, this is, you can look it up, you can Google it. It's not anything that was hidden. And the practices are still there, okay? And because of that, the federal government did allow Ben Slayton's wish to be granted for African Americans to be able to kind of circumvent some of that stuff and go straight through some of those hurdles that they've been facing for a really long time in communities. And man, it's just so amazing. It's so amazing. So get in touch with me, reach out. My email is builtforbattlerealestate@gmail.com. It's built, B-U-I-L-T, the number 4, battle, B-A-T-T-L-E, real estate @gmail.com, 404-277-0008. Think Built for Battle for all things real estate. All right. Love you guys. Peace. And I will talk to you soon. God bless.